Lily and Ryan appeared to live a life many envied, a bond that radiated peace and balance, built on respect and affection. Their days were filled with simple pleasures, from slow weekend breakfasts to cozy movie nights that whispered happiness. Ryan, a loyal and diligent husband, was the kind of man others looked up to. He loved Lily with a sincerity so deep it glowed in every act of care. His eyes still carried the same devotion and admiration they held on their wedding day, even after 5 years together. To him, Lily was more than a wife. She was his soulmate, the one who made him complete. Together they seemed like an unshakable pair, complementing each other in every way. But as seasons passed, Ryan began to notice faint changes, tiny fractures in the life they had carefully built. Lily, once eager to share every detail of her day, grew distant. Her replies turned shorter. Her laughter grew rare, and her eyes often avoided his, hiding something Ryan could not name. When they were together, an unseen wall separated them, as if her thoughts lived in a world he couldn't reach. He tried to brush away his concern, blaming her mood on the demands of her new job as a marketing executive, with its late nights and endless travel. Yet a quiet unease settled in his chest, refusing to leave. The first clear sign appeared on a Friday night. Lily had planned to meet her friends, something Ryan never opposed. He kissed her warmly as she left, wishing her fun. But as the hours dragged on, her texts became brief, stripped of their usual warmth. When she returned much later, her appearance unsettled him. Her clothes were rumpled, her hair slightly messy, and a faint, unfamiliar perfume lingered. Though his stomach knotted, Ryan reminded himself of Lily's loyalty, unwilling to let suspicion poison his trust without proof. 2 weeks later the cracks widened. While helping Lily fold laundry, her phone buzzed on the counter. Without thinking, Ryan glanced at the screen. What he saw froze him. A message that read, "Last night was unforgettable. When can we do it again?" It felt like someone had reached into his chest and crushed his heart. He set the laundry aside carefully, drawing a deep breath to steady himself. When Lily noticed his shift, she quickly snatched the phone, laughing nervously as she brushed it off as a client's joke. Ryan forced a smile, but the words echoed in his mind, planting seeds of doubt that rooted and spread. From then on, Ryan observed her more closely. The little things he once adored now seemed like clues, fragments of a puzzle he didn't want to solve. He noticed her distracted stares, her frequent absences, and the way she clutched her phone as if guarding it from him. Each detail sharpened the ache in his heart. The truth unveiled itself on a rainy Saturday evening. Lily kissed him goodbye, saying she had another late work meeting. But as she drove off, Ryan was overwhelmed by an urge to follow. Quietly taking his keys, he tailed her car at a safe distance, headlights dimmed to stay unseen. His pulse raced as he watched her pull into the lot of a dimly lit bar on the far edge of town. From his car, he spotted a tall, dark-haired man waiting by the entrance, his smile easy and familiar. Lily's face lit up in a way Ryan hadn't seen in months, her laughter cutting through the rain like a blade. She embraced the man tenderly, their closeness undeniable. Ryan sat motionless, unable to move as the scene unfolded. The weight of betrayal crashed over him, suffocating and merciless. He wanted to rush out to demand answers, but his body refused. Instead, he stayed in the shadows, watching the woman he loved, the one he had built his life around, slip away before his eyes. The image of her embrace carved itself into his memory, a cruel reminder of the life he thought was real. In the silence of his car, Ryan felt his world collapse, piece by agonizing piece. He drove home, his mind spinning with anger, sorrow, and a betrayal so heavy it threatened to drown him. The emptiness of the house greeted him like a ghost, its quiet amplifying his grief. He poured a glass of whiskey, then another, the amber liquid offering a fleeting escape from the storm inside. Gazing into the glass, Ryan reached a devastating truth. There was no saving their marriage. The life he believed in, the love he cherished, was nothing more than an illusion. The woman Ryan once cherished had turned into a stranger, her betrayal cutting deeper than he ever thought possible. Despite the unbearable pain, he refused to let anger consume him. Instead, he devised a plan, a calm, calculated strategy to make sure Lily faced the weight of her choices. Over the next several days, he moved with quiet determination, taking measured steps to free his life from hers. He started by shifting the money from their shared accounts into one only he controlled. Each transfer was careful, deliberate, leaving no sign of haste. At home, he began packing little by little, removing only the essentials. It was a slow erasure of his presence, leaving the house almost untouched. Ryan also arranged with his boss to work remotely, ensuring that when he disappeared, no one would know where he had gone. On the night before leaving, he checked into a nearby hotel, certain Lily was with the man who had become the silent fracture in their marriage. That thought only hardened his resolve. Returning to the house one final time while she was away, Ryan finished his preparations. The home, once filled with warmth, now felt like a hollow shell. On the kitchen counter, he left behind a single note. Its words were simple but devastating. "I know everything." No explanations, no anger. Just 3 words heavy with pain and truth. Closing the door behind him, he never looked back, making sure every reminder of their shared life was gone. From photos to sentimental tokens, nothing of him remained. Back at the hotel, Ryan poured a glass of whiskey and sat by the window, watching the city lights flicker against the night. Time crawled as he imagined Lily's reaction, the confusion, the panic, and the dawning realization that he was gone. He wondered if she would ever feel even a fragment of the agony she had inflicted, if regret would strike her as sharply as betrayal had scarred him. When dawn arrived, Lily stumbled into the house, the faint scent of another man still clinging to her clothes. She called out for Ryan, expecting him to be asleep, but silence echoed back. Turning on the lights, her eyes landed on the note. Its simplicity made her blood run cold. Panic surged as she rushed through the rooms, opening drawers and closets, finding emptiness where his belongings had once been. Her trembling hands reached for her phone, dialing his number. Each call went unanswered. Her messages grew frantic, her voice breaking with desperate pleas for him to return. But the silence spoke louder than words. In the days that followed, Lily's panic deepened. She reached out to Ryan's friends and family, but they offered no help, either unwilling or unable to reach him. A visit to his office revealed he had already shifted into a remote role, cutting ties completely. Meanwhile, the man she had risked her marriage for quickly lost his shine. His charm faded into emptiness, and the thrill she once chased dissolved into nothing, leaving her trapped in the cold consequences of her choices. Far away, Ryan began building a new life in another city. The shadows of his broken marriage no longer tormented him. Instead, they became lessons, steps toward a future filled with calm and self-reliance. Slowly, he shaped a new existence, untouched by bitterness. The love he had once poured into Lily evolved into quiet acceptance of what he had endured and conquered. Months later, when Ryan looked back, it wasn't with anger, but with closure. He had granted Lily the freedom she thought she wanted, but that freedom became her cage, binding her in loneliness and regret. For Ryan, though, it marked a rebirth. A chance to write a new story, free from betrayal's shadow. In the end, he stood taller, proof that even after heartbreak, one could rise again, and find a peace no one could steal.